So before we get into this video, if you guys want to check out my link tree down below, check out all my projects and stuff. If you want to support me, it would mean the world. But today we're going to talk about One Battle After Another. This is the new film from Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's loosely based off the Thomas Pynchon novel Vineland, which I actually have read a little bit of. I probably got a quarter of the way through and I never finished it. Now, this will be a very unbiased review for One Battle After Another because while I really like Paul Thomas Anderson's films, I don't connect with his films as much as other people do. Like, I love There Will Be Blood. I love Phantom Thread. So I just want to say that I will be completely unbiased with this film. I just don't get the level of excitement that other people get when a Paul Thomas Anderson film comes out, which is fine. But One Battle After Another was really, really good. Really good. And I think that this might be one of my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson films. It might even be... It's probably my third favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film, thinking about it. I mean, of course, on a rewatch, you never know what can happen, but the film stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, Chase Infinity, which is a really, really cool name, Benicio del Toro, Sean Penn, and Regina Hall. It also has Alana Haim in it, which you don't really get to see her that much in the film, but, she was the lead of Licorice Pizza, so... And just right off the bat, if we're talking about performances, Sean Penn steals the show. Sean Penn is just... Oh my gosh, Sean Penn was something in this film. He goes for it every time. He goes for it every time. I think that he is just... He's so good. If you see Sean Penn in a film, you know he's going to be great. That's the type of actor that he is. But also the same with Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, they're powerhouses. You have these two powerhouses in this film. Performances... They matter. I can see why they say 90% of good directing is casting, because seriously, these guys carried it. But Tiana Taylor also carried it. I would say Tiana Taylor actually carried the first big chunk of the film. She does a phenomenal job in this as well. It's just, there's so many different stories they're bouncing around. There's so many different characters that it's really hard for someone to carry. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for someone to carry it when there's so many different characters, but every character carries their own weight. But Tiana Taylor, I mean, when she's in the film, she steals every single scene. I mean, Sean Penn was probably, I think, my favorite performance in terms of consistency throughout, because he has like this special demeanor about him, which is just kind of crazy. But Tiana Taylor was... Seriously, she was phenomenal. Now, if you're not familiar with what One Battle After Another is about, it's about a group of revolutionaries called the French 75. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, they're a part of this, and something ends up happening where they're doing... they're basically freeing people from borders. It's very political. It gets political. I mean, it does, and that's fine. And then enter Chase Infinity 16 years later. They have a daughter, and she ends up being captured. We'll leave it at that. Sean Penn's the bad guy. That's all you need to know. This film it's a road movie. It feels like a road movie. It is very the set pieces. One thing that surprised me was the set pieces. The set pieces are very simple. I mean, they're very, very simple set pieces. But the way that they're edited together is just, they're phenomenal. I think that they're great. I would say just to nitpick and get it out of the way, my least favorite part about One Battle After Another was definitely Chase Infinity, like how much she's in the film. I would have loved to have seen her more because, we really were supposed to care for this character, and I feel like she was not in it as much as I would have liked her to be. Maybe even just another 10 minutes or so. Golly, that would have put the film at 3 hours. But I mean, even the runtime, I didn't really feel much of the runtime. It feels different than a Paul Thomas Anderson film. It feels very different. It feels just completely almost alien. I mean, not necessarily alien to his style. I mean, there's some things that I could see that's very Paul Thomas Anderson, but it really does stand on its own in his filmography, and I think that's why I like it so much. Would I watch it again? I definitely would. If I had to compare this film, it's crazy because my top 3 films of the year so far are Caught Stealing, Eddington, and One Battle After Another, and all 3 of them almost kind of have this similarity between them. So, I don't know. I thought that was funny. That's cool. And the final thing that I want to talk about with One Battle After Another is the cinematography. My gosh, the cinematography. Look, I respect a filmmaker that goes all out, does not care about shaky cam, does not care about rough focus breathing, does not care to crank that ISO up. Some people will call it patchwork, but me, I just think it's raw and it's visceral, I just loved every single bit of this. The cinematography was just, it reminded me of one of those old films. One of those old films. I know you can't really get as basic as that, but it really did. It reminded me of one of those older 60s, 50s films. You know, it just, I don't know, it kind of felt Hitchcockian in a way at certain parts. It did. And I could see this film getting nominated for a lot of things. I could see, because it's shot on VistaVision, you know, so the cinematography is, it's really, really nice. But I could see this film getting nominated. I could see Leonardo DiCaprio getting nominated for Best Actor. I could see Tiana Taylor getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor. I could see Sean Penn getting nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He probably is going to be. Even Benicio del Toro was also great in it as well. But Sean Penn, I mean, if it's coming down to a supporting actor, it's Sean Penn. He's getting nominated. He is getting nominated. There's no guessing. There's no hypothesizing. He is going to be nominated. Cinematography, editing, score. I could see the score winning in this because the score plays throughout almost the entire film, the entire runtime. I can see this film getting a lot of nominations. I could see Anderson getting nominated for Best Screenplay, Best Director, Best Picture. This is going to get a lot of nominations. There's no other way about it. It's going to get a lot of nominations. I don't know if Warner Brothers would pick this film over Sinners in terms of kind of like for your consideration voting, but it'd be interesting to see. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up and maybe subscribe. Let me know what let me know what your favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film is down in the comments below. Take it easy. See you next time. Check out my link tree down below.
How many people have to go missing before law enforcement gets their heads out their asses? How many? Let me ask you something. Do you lose sleep? Do you lay awake at night thinking about everything that goes on in the world around you? To anyone listening right now, we don't need a sheriff that hides behind curtains. We need someone who has a family of their own. Someone who has something to lose, not someone who can lose everything and still live the same life they've been living all these years. Until the monster that's taken everything we love, that's put this town that we've all grown up in despair, until he's caught, you may as well be the monster yourself.